and welcome back to Escape Velocity. We are here. We're ready to play some Stars Without Number, and we will get to it in just a little bit here. But first, some channel stuff. You just saw our intro video, which tells you what we do here on the channel. Lots of tabletop role-playing games. Sometimes video games too. Depends on who's available and when. Um, our usual schedule is, if you're here with us live on Twitch, is pinned beneath our faces, or it's available on our social medias, including Twitter, assuming that's still a thing by the time you're watching this, as well as our Discord, which you should join us in and hang out. We do a lot of memes and stuff and talk about the shows we're watching. I know one person has recently started watching True Blood, the old HBO vampire show, and has been uh, posting their reactions and such there. So that's been fun to follow along with. And, we're also talking about the new Pokemon games, which are a beautiful disaster. Um, so you should hang out with us there. Um, we also have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on all our stuff that we have done over the years of that we have been doing games and shows and such. What else? I think that's it. In terms of scheduling, this Thursday in America is Thanksgiving, so we will not be having our Elegant Creatures game. But I believe they will be back on Friday for Red Jenny, the Dragon Age RPG. And then, as far as I know, aside from Thursday, the schedule is as normal. So, Ward 47 on Saturday, then back to Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet on Monday. But yeah, I think now we will go around and say who we are, what we do on the internet, and who we're playing tonight. Um, let's start off with the game master himself, David.
Yeah, David, I'm the game master. Internet-wise, I'm here on Tuesdays.
Which, oh, that does remind me. Something of a thing about scheduling in Tuesdays is we are still continuing Squire Squad, but given how things are going with that, we have decided that we may, depending on who's available on any given every other Tuesday, that LB will be running us in a pickup game of Monster of the Week. And so if we're not doing a Squire Squad on opposite Tuesdays of this, we will then be doing Monster of the Week. So you should, be ready for that to happen at a moment's notice. Um, but yeah, let's see. We're on to me now. Hi, I'm Alex, OMG It's Some Guy on the internet, mostly on this channel Tuesdays and Thursdays, but also often on LB Hack'emup's channel Sunday evenings in the shenanigans over there. In this game, I am playing Teddy, who is a bunny person who's also telepathic, is a courtesan, and is the ship's captain. LB, that's you.
That's
Well,
me, like I
or
know who's next. What? Hi, I'm Albie Hack'em on my channel. We have an order. You can find me at LB Hack'em on the Twitters and the Twitches. Next time I'm gonna be live is on Friday. Lauren and I are gonna play some games. But I hope y'all have a good holiday. Before that, I'm playing Neith. She is the mechanic, hacker, your all-around best mermaid buddy. That's me.
And now Mecca.
Hello, it me. I totally remembered we had a game today. Uh, Hi, I'm Mecha or Mecha Spider or at Mechalite Spider on Twitter. Again, if that's still a thing, I probably just won't make another account because that's a lot of effort. Uh, yeah, I am playing as Scarra tonight. He is the pilot of the crew, and oh boy, things are about to happen. And you can find me here on Tuesdays, and that's about it.
Yes, things are about to happen. David, why don't you tell us what happened so that we know what's about to happen?
Yeah, so last time we started our 18-day journey from New Soul to Minerva. You have 6 days of getting to the edge of the New Soul system where you can drill and go into metadimensional space. Before you got there, you were attacked by a pirate. You chased him off pretty quick, if I remember correctly. He looks like he was just trying to tax you to some extent. And yeah, you fought him off and drilled into metadimensional space, where you have another 6 days. You did some shenanigans. I don't remember if shenanigans happened both before pirate attack and in metadimensional space, but I know at least some happened in metadimensional space, because Scarra didn't want to go to sleep for the first 24 hours. So some people trolled him.
Don't know why that happened. Keep going. I'm gonna move us around.
I'm sorry, that was me.
Okay.
I don't know how I did that.
I thought the call dropped or something. Okay.
Okay, that has fixed it.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, it didn't.
No, it just made me the spotlight. I'm gonna remove spotlight off myself. There we go.
Okay, wait. Is that better?
It's fixed, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Anyway, shenanigans happened. You pranked each other. You were having fun. Scarra got some, and the next day, there was some impacts with something in metadimensional space, which shouldn't happen. There was several impacts on the hull. No major damage as far as anyone could tell, but being in metadimensional space, none of the exterior cameras work, so you just kind of had to hope you were good. You managed to kind of get a scan out and see that you were in some kind of debris field or something. You moved out of it. There was some thought that maybe it might be the Oasis of the Stars, the cruise ship that had gone missing that you've heard about on the news. But you determined that that's probably not the case. It wasn't a very big debris field. And it'd be kind of weird for it to be here. This isn't necessarily on its path from where it was going. You due to some excellent piloting from Scarra, you got out of the debris field into the impacts, and went about your days. The next day, there started to be some alarms of a hull breach, and as you went to investigate said hull breach, there were kind of some things, almost crystalline, metallic of some nature, creature that had kind of rooted itself into the ship and was kind of burrowing its way through. You saw it kind of almost like a thread of some kind, like a very thick rope almost, was kind of unspooling, and it just kind of kept each strand could just kind of unspool further, and it was kind of digging into the hull of the ship and just kind of peeling it apart, like the ship was offering very little resistance. And we kind of ended there. Am I missing anything?
I think that was it.
There was a lot of role play last time too.
Yeah.
I didn't really highlight the role play, but there was quite a lot of it.
Yep.
It was good. You should watch it if you haven't. So. But yeah. So yeah, we got some things burrowing in. I got us a map here. I'm going to go ahead and so the kind of hallway. I'm going to say this seeing the things kind of burrowing into the hull is taking place in the hallway, kind of along the kind of the guest cabin and laundry room, and all this kind of stuff. I have some stuff on the GM layer, and I'm going to move it to a token layer. Here's my little yarn guys.
Oh, those are adorable.
They're not quite this. They are literally, they look just kind of like a metallic rope. is probably the best way to describe these things.
How cute.
I'm not as scared as I was,
Mhm.
but I probably should be. Alright.
They, you don't know to what extent they extend on the exterior of the hull, but what's kind of inside here is maybe like the size of a dog, like a large dog, like, so not as big as a person, maybe like 80 pounds. I guess some people are 80
A
pounds.
child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
And so yeah, you guys would have been coming from maybe crew cabins or the bridge or something like that.
Place myself in crew cabins because I realized last time I said I'd left the bridge. So assuming this is happening right after that.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of be coming from where you want, I guess. You would have all kind of been alerted to where the game doesn't cover it. I'm going to assume there's some kind of functionality between the ship and your comm pads that is going to alert you to this.
Red
I
alert.
I could easily envision some kind of app that just like hits you with a notification, like here's where the hull breach is.
Yep.
So you guys know where it is, you know what's going on. So if you wanted to be coming from the mess hall or whatever, you could be doing that. But it's this hallway.
Do I have a token?
I don't
I mean,
know if you do or not. You got
if
your
you just go
character
to-
sheets.
if you're going to get a character sheet and just drag your name onto the board, it'll put your little logo there.
Oh.
Good old Roll20.
My name?
Like if you see
Yeah.
your character sheet name, like if you just like
Don't click the
click and
picture.
drag, click
Yeah,
your
like-
name and drag. I could put you on the board if you want.
Please do. I don't know.
Where
Me
do you want
clicking
to
on
be
my name
put?
and dragging is
Where do-
wherever. I'll move it.
Okay, sure. I'll just put you in the middle. There we go.
Tony is
Yeah.
very finicky, so you're on the
Oh,
journal
yeah.
screen, and like
I've
where you
put
would normally
you-
click to open your character sheet, you then click on your name, not
Oh,
your face. But yeah, then click
Not on my
your...
character sheet. Got it.
Yeah, but I've put you on the board.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have been in the engineering cab because I probably sleep there sometimes.
All right. So we're going with was Pleasant piloting the ship while you were gone,
Probably.
Yes.
Mecca?
Yeah,
Okay.
I placed him in the bridge.
Okay. So he's there. If you need his help, he can try and get to you. Oh, you know what? I haven't set the squares for the map.
There is initiative in this game. It's been a month. It's it's a while.
Yeah, so you guys move in meters in this game. So I need to switch the
What do you mean? We can just do that math from feet to meters.
I mean,
You can. It's
the
not that
squares
hard.
are. It's not that hard. The squares are 2 meters.
I
It's
failed
pretty
maths in
easy.
high school. I'm not great at it.
But let me do the measurement. Oh, how do I? There we go. There we go. Meters. 2. Boom. Save. Okay. Everyone should have like a 10-meter speed, as I believe what it is, unless you have any kind of craziness from your
Would
special
having-
alienness or anything,
Would-
or robot legs.
Would having rocket boots improve my speed?
Did we give you a faster fly speed?
I don't know. Just all I put is jet boots I can fly. I don't think we actually went into the specifics of it.
Okay. For right now, we will say no. You're going 10 meters, but we will
Okay.
look into that and see if we need it. Okay. Yeah, so you can kind of be approaching from where you want. After you clear this hallway, if you want Pleasant's help,
Mhm.
you know, You could always send Alfie to the bridge. He's good enough for what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
But right now, he's not getting out because he's trapped in the guest cabin. Yeah, so initiative's going to be a D8 plus your dex. I mean, you got an initiative button on your character sheets.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Oh boy, that's a 3 for Teddy.
That's a 7 for Scarra.
Also a 7.
Do you guys want me to roll separate for each thing or just one for the baddies?
However you want to run them.
All right. Well, they're going to go last.
Okay.
Seems so. They got a 1. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna roll for Pleasant and
I will roll
the
for him if you
boy?
need him, if you call him to
Okay.
help out. You guys don't have to be starting from here because we kind of described it as you guys rolling up onto the scene.
Okay,
And
I'll start a bit closer.
yeah, so I mean, everyone is probably within view of these things at least.
Well then, in that case, I'll put myself here.
Could have been visiting Alfie.
Yeah.
I just finished washing my clothes at the laundry room.
Wow, it's very convenient that you were all in this hallway when the alarm went off.
Yeah.
You just stepped out. Okay. So let me get my notepad. All right. So what do we got? We got Scarra's got a 7. Oh, Scarra and Neith tied at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Neith at 7. Teddy at a 3. Baddies at a 1. Okay. I don't care about tiebreakers on this stuff, so I'm gonna go D&D rules on it. You guys are tied, so
We
you
go at
can
the same time?
freely you go. Well, same time. You freely get to choose each round who goes first.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I don't mind. I guess since I'm out in the hallway, should I go first?
Go for it.
Okay. These things look like snakes, or rope. Do they look like that? If I shot them, it would do something.
they are a physical thing. They look to be slightly. They have a sheen to them that makes them look slightly metallic. But I mean, you imagine if you shoot them, it would do something.
I'm gonna take out
Most
my
physical things don't like being shot.
just because I probably always keep all my stuff on me at all times. I'm not sure why if I would be like I don't have any of my weapons on me, that would be terrible.
we're we're joking. You came from the laundry room. You came to here knowing there's a hull breach. You came prepared. So
okay, I
you
pull
have
out my
your
laser
weapons.
rifle and take a shot.
Okay.
I can only shoot once, I believe. I'm gonna take a shot at this one.
Okay.
And that's my shoot roll, right?
Yeah. Or you have an attack roll, not shoot. Sorry.
Right.
So because
how do I do
skills
that?
are 2d6.
Weapons. Here we go. Wait, no, that's not it. Laser rifle.
Yeah,
Burst. Wait, is this a burst weapon?
I don't think
Or-
laser rifle is a burst weapon or not.
It
I
gives
don't
me a
think it is.
burst, yes or no.
So hitting no.
Nope. And the modifier is nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's a 26 to hit.
Whoa, you hit.
I'm good at shooting. Get off my
Okay.
goddamn ship.
And did some good damage too.
For a
Dang.
total of 8 damage for the viewers at home.
Which one are you shooting at?
I was shooting at the one on
Oh wait.
the
That's
right.
what I want to do.
Yes, or on my left. I guess if I'm facing down the hall.
That guy? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the ruler. Okay. There we go. taken 8 damage.
And action economy in this game, how many is that? Do I get one shot and that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's my turn.
Yeah, I mean you can move. You got your free
True.
action or whatever.
I'm gonna move back like 4 meters.
Okay.
Just so like I can keep them in within gun distance, but they're not in melee distance of me.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. So your laser shot, I'm gonna say, kind of it cuts into this thing pretty well, and it's kind of hanging on by some of the roots that are kind of dug into it, but it is kind of swung out and is now kind of like loosely hanging into the room, but there is still like the rope's kind of unspooling at the end, and it's now sort of reaching towards the floor. All right. So LB.
Hi, it's me. I'm LB. I am going to move out of the room to here. Take stock of what's going on, and I'm gonna try to let's see. How far can I go?
You got 10 meters of movement.
Okay. Can I get close enough to one of them to try and analyze it?
With what?
Boy, that's a good question. Do I not have toolkits, spare parts, glow bugs? Boy, I don't have anything. I'm gonna look at it and see if I can determine if this is living or mechanical or some combination of both.
Okay. I would allow a notice. I'd allow a fix or a
Okay.
no.
I'm probably gonna do fix because I'm good at that.
Mhm.
I guess while I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the way it's made up and then like how it moves. If it seems to be like some sort of clear path, or if it's like a root taking hold, or if it's like a snake sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
So
that's very
16.
good. It's very, very good. Okay.
Don't give me a fix roll.
Yeah.
You don't mean.
So,
I guess are they
looking at it,
mechanical is really what I can probably determine from
yeah.
this.
So from that, your guess would be it's not mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do notice is that the kind of metallic tint that is to their skin or whatever you would call it, their exterior. Probably most of the crew wouldn't know this because of the ship's paint, but this looks to be basically the material the ship is made out of.
Oh. So maybe, like, does it look like it's assimilated it or like it just scraped off?
It looks like it's made up out of it. Like its
Oh,
skin
whoa.
is made out of the hull.
Okie dokie. That's weird, and I don't know what to do with that. So the hull, with the hull breach, does it seem like the integrity of the ship is slowed down? Or like,
So we covered a little bit last time. You're in
yeah,
metadimensional space, so there isn't air out there. You're not in a
right,
vacuum,
right.
and your drill kind of like is shielding the ship from metadimensional energy, like brushing up against the ship too much and stuff. So you're not in danger of metadimensional energy coming in or air leaking
Okay.
out. But if you get to regular space, you're in trouble.
Okay.
You have an open hole to space.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to That's my thing. That's what I did. That's my turn, I assume.
Ye- yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Uh, I'll let it be your free. If you want to do an attack, I'll let it
Uh,
be. I'll let it be your free. There's not a
you
lot
know
of
what?
free action stuff you can do.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna instead of doing like an attack, I want to get up. I want to find the point of origin. I'm gonna
Okay.
go into the vents and see if I can determine where this is started to kind of cut it off at the base or whatever it is, whatever's causing this.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
suction cup to the wall and
Start climbing.
slither away into the air ducts.
Okay. Teddy.
Okay. I think Teddy is going to see that Scarra is shooting at least one of the ones up over there. Neith has uh, gone a climbing, and so Teddy will go to this other one that is all on its own and is gonna just go up and do uh, some punches at it, try and knock it loose, I guess.
Okay.
Roll my punch. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Now what's your shock damage? Is it more than 3?
Uh, is that's
I thought you just rolled a d6 and whatever it was on the dice that would happen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mismatching my games.
okay? So even on a miss with a punch attack, you do an unmodified 1d.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
that's different than normal shock damage.
yeah.
So okay, you do 3 damage.
Let's see. Well, no. So that was the d8. That was
Yeah.
the normal thing. Okay, so
Oh, because you get extra damage. Okay.
yes. Okay, so I guess my punch skill is +1. Does that mean that I'm at level 1 for
Level 0. Yes. So it's a D8.
okay. At punch 1 or better, they have the shock quality equal to your punch skill against AC 15 or less.
Okay, so the shock quality 1 then. So it's 3. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
you can't do less than your shock damage, but since your other thing specifies on a miss, it does 1d6. Yeah.
okay. And that's saying don't add it twice to the shock damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is
3 damage.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Do-do-do-do. Let's see. So I think easy enough. The one that you punched is going to attack you.
I guess did my hand hurt like I was punching a wall or something because it's metallic or
I mean, it's a tough hide, but it is like a hide. It kind of gave. It was flexible. Kind of gave way a little bit.
16 is gonna beat my armor class.
Okay. So yeah, you take 6 damage as it kind of you punch, and as you're kind of going away, you see you kind of punched it in the middle of its kind of body,
Mhm.
and it's sort of like unspooled and kind of like threads of it went towards your arm and started like digging into your hand as you pulled away, and you still yank free, but you just see like kind of blood and stuff as it kind of took a pound of flesh with you, with it, kind of thing.
Not great, but I've No, that was only a sixth of my HP, so I can take a few more.
Mm-hmm. It rolled max on its damage too.
Okay.
So
Okay, so I can take a few hits from this.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It's gonna move over to you.
Okay, here we go. Roll
Um,
low.
and this other one is kind of moving over to you as well.
I did shoot it.
And yeah. So let's see. Let's do another attack. Did I exit out? Like
Just
some
have to
kind
roll
of
a 10
idiot?
or lower.
Oh yeah. I mean they're pretty
Yes.
small. All
First
right.
attack misses.
A miss. Okay. All right. The one that you shot, you see as it kind of like starts slithering up towards you. It kind of starts to unspool, and it sort of just merges into the one that just swung at you, and it just kind of gets a little bit bigger.
Oh shit. Oh no, that's not good. Oh. Well, at least it's only one enemy now.
It's still like in D&D terms like a medium. It's just it's like 160 pounds.
Sure. So was that its action to do that?
Yeah.
Good.
So now this guy's got a few extra hit points. Okay.
Just gonna shout out to the others. I know it's not my turn, but we might have a bit of a problem. These guys merged over here. They're now one big one.
Makes it
What I
easier to
will
hit him.
what I will say is that it looks like they fully dropped through. You're not seeing like any more evidence of them being like attached at the top of the ship from here, from these two holes that you can see. Maybe I should put some kind of X or something where the hole is. I'll just actually we'll do it like this. Anyways, it's going to come back around, and it is Scarra and Neith's turn again.
Okay, I have a question. Is disadvantage a thing in this game?
No, you
Okay,
can
so
kind of
if
have
I
advantage
I can
sometimes.
I can shoot when they're right next to me, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, maybe
Okay,
not,
cool.
but yes. I don't remember.
So I'll take it. I'm gonna take a blast against the big boy in front of me. Here we go.
I mean, if not, you can step away from him. I don't think there's attacks of opportunity, so you could
I mean,
just
my back would be up against a wall. Actually, no, that's a door. So
yeah.
yeah, sure, I'll take a step back. If there's no attack of opportunity, I'd do it anyways.
Yeah.
Even if they did get an attack against me. And that's
Imagining
no
the
on the
auto
burst.
door smoothly opening to
Mm.
to assist you in this.
Oh, that's low. That's 14 to hit.
It hits.
Oh well, 4 damage.
Oh dang it! I'm still on. Still on draw. Okay. 4 damage. Okay. It's
And
not a fan.
I think I'm going to step into this like hallway. And is the door like a sliding opening door in the ship, or is it like you actually have to open it?
I mean, it's Shell ship. What do you want?
sliding opening doors.
Yeah, I imagine
Okay.
it's more
I'd love
fun
to have like
the
sliding
Star
opening
Trek
doors with
door.
like windows on them, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So like I could like lock it and then still see through it.
It's Star Wars, where there's that little tiny
Yeah.
window. Yeah. Okay.
So I've gone into this room and then closed the door behind me, but I can still see it. So
Mhm.
if it does start to back away, I can open and shoot, kind of thing. And that's
All
my
right.
turn.
Okay, Neith.
All right, I'm gonna continue to climb up until I can't anymore to try and
All
find
right.
where this thing originates from.
Give me an exert.
Oh. I was like, that doesn't say expert, right? That's a
Right.
7.
Okay. Yeah. Good enough. I think you kind of get into, knowing the ship the way you do and whatnot. You crawl into an area that's going to have like a lot of the ventilation coming through it, so you can kind of take
Mhm.
some stock of a few different lines of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that some of the ventilation down towards the mess hall has kind of like been pushed in as well, like something's been kind of burrowing through it.
Okay. Does it seem to like all be coming from a certain spot and like branching out, or
It-
are they these individual things?
It looks like it was individual. So you look towards the ones that were in the hallway, and it looks like there were 3 separate breaches,
Okay.
like all the way up.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to attempt to cut it then. Like with my knife. I'm just gonna try to
Go towards
cut
the
it.
mess hall one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my goal.
All right. Let's get one of these mess hall guys. Token layer. Okay. All right. We'll get okay. Yeah. So make an attack roll.
Okie dokie. Oh shit. Why am I so proficient? I have a +2, damn.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, I
So
did
3
3
damage to it.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Why do you have a -2 to your skill? Do you have a -2 stab?
To what?
Yeah, it looks like you have a -2 and
Mm.
then a +1 in the thing. It says +3, +0,
Oh,
-2,
are you
+1.
unskilled in stab?
I don't know. I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do
So
have a -1 in stab.
so yeah, the -1 on the skill for your attacks translates to a -2 for your for attacks.
Right.
Okay.
Because you don't know what you're doing. Grabs knife, he's
Yeah.
like, what is this? Do I
Since
hold it
it's
this way?
since it's a D20, they
Mhm.
have it be a -2 instead of a -1 on 2d6.
Okay.
But yeah, still really good. So, um, yeah, okay. So, it is going to be Teddy's turn.
Yeah. Just gonna keep trying to punch at this thing in front of me.
Okay.
Only a 13 to hit?
That misses.
Dang it, and that was such good damage. That was
Yeah.
max damage.
But
Like I
you
figured
do
out
still
its
get
AC.
shock. So
Yeah.
roll your d6.
2
2.
damage.
Okay.
It's something.
Fairly certain
You-
its AC is 14.
You hit it last time, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
How much
I
you hit
hit
it
it
for?
last time with a 17.
And you hit it for 3
For
damage.
3 damage.
So
Okay.
Yep.
that's a total of
So
5 damage to this boy so far.
5 total. I didn't write it down. Okay. Okay. And all right, these things are going to go First off, just the one on Teddy again, and I keep like an idiot closing out here. Just open it in its own tab.
Given Roll20's performance, typically it may be good that you're closing the sheets out. 12
Mhm.
misses.
All right. So that's him. Nothing there.
I'm wise to your tricks now. And it's like doing like a boxer kind of duck and weave.
All right. I'm gonna have the one that's LB's fighting roll while I think about what I want to do with the other one. Ooh, good thing there's no crits.
Hmm.
But I mean, there is in the sense that it even if a 22 miraculously didn't hit you, you would still take 4 damage. But yeah, take 4 damage. And yeah, a similar thing of like these like kind of tentacles are unspool and sort of you. It's odd in the sense that probably it's you maybe don't even see where they're like impacting the skin. You don't feel it. It's just all of a sudden like rip away. It seems like whatever this unspooling is like going down to like past what the eye can see.
Don't like that.
This is what we get for messing with metaspace.
Well, people have been doing it for over 1,000 years, and there's no record of this that you all know of these creatures.
Well, maybe other people encountered them, but they didn't live to tell the tale.
It's possible. All right, and this other one.
I'm behind a door.
You are behind a door.
I've
Now
cut
here's
the
the thing.
strings for you, Puppet
Do
Master.
the doors just open to anything that comes up to them? If it walks up to the door, we'll just.
Probably.
I feel like I did say I hit a lock.
You hit the lock. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll let that go. Okay, it's
deadlock kind of thing, and you can hit it to unlock it, and then they just do their thing again.
right,
But in case of
come
emergency
up to the door.
situations,
It doesn't open. It's going to go through this door.
okay. Well, I saw that, so
Yeah. All right, and then it's going to move a little bit. I'm going to move it to. Well, I'm going to put something on the GM layer to where it moved. But I'm going to keep it there since you know. Okay, so let's see. It was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, no, it can't move any more than that. So it's just right there for now. Easy enough. All right, that's their turn.
over the comms. These things don't know how to go through doors, so just hide behind a door and then open the door and shoot them.
Well, I mean, it does know. It went through a door. It just didn't. It once your
Locked
door
doors,
didn't open.
locked doors.
All right. Yeah. So Scarra and Neith.
I will unlock the door. Unlock the door and go through it.
Okay.
And then go through the door I went through.
Okay, you're chasing it down?
Yeah. So I'll go here,
Okay.
stand next to it. And then I will take another shot at it.
Okay.
Yes. It's weapons. Laser. 15 to hit. Oof,
That
that's good
hits.
damage. 10 damage.
Is good damage. Good enough. As it stops moving, you kind of like cut it in half, and it just kind of like plops to the ground. The it kind of like almost it, it doesn't quite crumble into like two just piles of loose yarn, but there's a lot of that kind of happening. It unspools a lot, and there's still like it's still kind of a solid thing, but you could probably grab like handfuls of this thing, and it just be like this kind of like loose metallic yarn like material.
I just put over the ship comms. I've killed one. Where are you guys at? He was closer to me, I suppose. Who should I go towards? I mean,
I muted myself in Zoom, but not on stream. Just you're equidistant to both of us, kind of right now.
I might just. I only have 2 meters of movement left, so I'm just gonna go here and then start running towards the cafeteria, I guess.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Neith.
Sorry, I'm getting glared at by a cat because I have another cat in my lap. You weren't even in this room, okay? Anyways, I'm gonna attack this thing again.
All right.
Jesus
Hit
Christ.
again.
Do 5 damage to it. I'm just over here doing knife flippies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's built into my boots. Just doing kicks and shit.
Okay. Yeah, so
get
we're
off of my ship.
Okay. I think you
Don't
were
blow
probably
nose in my ship.
still in the vent is my assumption of
Yeah.
attacking. But yeah. All right. All right. Teddy.
All right, round 3 against this guy. Let's see if I hit again. 25 to
Oh,
hit, but
that hits.
that's only 4 damage this time.
That is good enough. As yeah, you just punch it really hard. And yeah, as you punch like some of this you feel kind of some stuff kind of tear away around, you know, you've hit it pretty hard, and you kind of hit like a clump of something kind of like more densely kind of spun together, and it kind of like you feel it kind of tear under your hand, and it just kind of falls limp and kind of like falls off your arm, like it just kind of unspools.
Imagine it's a little like breaking a punching bag where suddenly it just gives way and
Yeah. Again, like it's still like largely there as a thing. Like you could pick it up and move it. There would just be like a big pile of like metallic yarn on the ground left after it.
I think, now that this one's down, gonna call out over the comms of took care of this one. Are there any others? And like going to check to see if we have more alerts for where things might be.
No alerts yet. But these things didn't seem to trigger an alert until they like breached the inner hull. And
We
so
might
like the
need to
one
check
that
this
LB
hull.
found didn't trigger an alert yet.
Gotcha. Hello, Raiders. We are fighting weird metal, or they're not metal, but space monsters that are burrowing holes in our ship. And we are trying to hunt them down before they make too many holes.
Oh, great.
I guess since Teddy is at this end of the ship, we'll just spend movement getting down towards the engines in case any show up over there. Actually,
Okay.
looks like based on the floor map, I would need to go through this workshop.
You can go through the elevator. It's got a door on each side.
Okay. But I think actually because of trigonometry, it will be faster to go through the workshop.
That's true. You got to go through 2 doors either way.
Yep. Nyom.
All right. Okay. All right. So this metallic thread-like creature, the one that's still up, is going to go ahead and take an attack on Neith. Pull up the shooter. Submit. Ooh, that's going to be a big miss. And ooh, I didn't say what their shock was, but what's your AC, Neith?
It for sure is a 17. I'm a tank.
Okay, it has its shock AC wrong on the attack roll, but it's not a 17, so you take no damage.
Hell yeah.
Oh, right. That's going to bring us back up to Neith and Scarra.
I'm gonna try and stab it again.
Okay.
Let's go. Oh, baby, it's a triple. For
Unskilled.
2 damage.
Are you a partial warrior? No, you're full expert, aren't you? Because you only have the +3 to your attack bonus. You're just on fire. All right.
I am. I am only doing 2 damage, but
Okay. It's still good enough. It only had 1 hit point.
hell yeah.
You've kind of been carving into this thing. It's gotten a few deep cuts. And you kind of plunge the knife in and you feel it cut through a few strands. And for whatever reason, this was the one that did it. And it, same as the others, it kind of like will kind of like loosely fall apart. Still like the core of it still being there, but a lot of the stuff that had been sort of unspooled kind of just like falls limp and loose and sort of detaches from this thing almost.
Okay. My next goal is to interface with the ship to see what the hell is going on. I'm concerned that there is something on the outside of the ship.
All right.
I'll just move in the vents.
Okay.
I'm already up here.
There are 2 holes here, right? These are what these are signifying the holes?
Yes, because I moved the guys. There's also a hole
On
where...
the one where the thing I killed is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I will move towards this hole here. And is it possible to boost up to jetpack up to the hole?
I mean, yes. What is your intention here?
Patching it up?
Okay.
I don't know if I have something to patch it up, to be honest.
You're not skilled at fix.
Nope.
And it's not an immediate threat because of the nature of the drill on the metadimensional shielding you have. Your metadimensional energy isn't leaking in right now. Your hull integrity, while wouldn't survive re-entry to normal space.
It's more that I want to patch it up in case anything else slips through.
I mean, yeah, but
I do have a meta tool that can do stuff like that to fix holes, but I am not skilled in fix, so maybe I won't do that. In that case, what else is there to do right now? Because all of them are against knowledge.
You could get maybe Alfie to the bridge and get Pleasant off of.
Isn't Alfie lower down though? He would have less movement.
Alfie's right in this room right next to you.
Yeah, I mean the bridge is up at the very top of the ship though.
Well, I mean it's this is like a floor plan. So he just walks up some hallways.
Yeah. In that case, can I use my full action to double my movement to get to him?
Yeah.
So that's 10 feet, and then I can get
trapped
here
under
10 meters here.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go and pop my head into the room and be like, "Can you go to the bridge to get Pleasant to help us with what's going on?"
Yeah, in his again Scottish accent, which I'm not doing because I can't do it. Kind of nervously is like, yeah, sure. and starts running off. He's also got like 20 feet of movement, so theoretically you can get up to like what? Like up to like here. Or 20 meters. All right. So that happened. Teddy, you're going towards the power core in case
Yeah.
anything.
And I guess, using my big giant rabbit ears to try and listen for like the sounds of things burrowing, figure out where I should be going.
Do you have anything with your telepathy that could help you? Can you just
Um,
like sense people, or do you
let's
need to like see someone?
Target must be visible or otherwise perceptible to the telepath's unaided senses. So if I could hear
Ah,
them,
okay. Give me a notice.
yep, which
You
isn't a
do have
minus
really good
one,
hearing.
but yeah.
I'm gonna say because of your bunny ears and you have a focus on being a bunny boy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a +2 circumstance.
Okay. Modifier of 2. So with a total of +3, that's still a 7.
Okay.
I did not roll well, but maybe that's enough.
There you hear sounds of sound like more of these things in the ship. You can't tell how many or how far away, except one. One is really close to you, and it seems to be coming down from pretty much above you. So
Okay.
it is moving towards kind of the power core area, and you have a pretty solid perception of where it is.
Okay, then uh if I still have my main action, I would like to figure out where it is and basically do a shoryuken and jump up and punch it as it tries to come through.
Okay.
Um and hello, more raiders. We are fighting off space monsters that are eating holes in our ship.
Yeah. Welcome, welcome.
Let me do another
Eventually,
punch.
we won't have a ship left. They'll just eat the entire ship.
Well, we're
All
in
right, so
weird psychic space, so holes in the ship
yeah,
isn't a big problem yet.
Hmm.
yeah, it'll be a big issue later, but for right now, the metadimensional shielding you have is keeping it from being a problem. If they took out the power core, it'd be a huge problem, as metadimensional energy would flood the ship through the holes in it.
It would be fine.
Teddy might, and
She
Erstwhile
really
might.
wouldn't.
Maybe a little
No.
bit for a fraction of a second longer than the rest because we're already
Before you go
psychic.
insane.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do another punch.
Well, he's not there yet. You got a few minutes. We'll keep that punch for when you get to punch.
Okay, because that's a very
You
good
rolled it.
punch.
It's a very good punch.
It's such a good punch. I'm ready.
Yeah, he's a few meters up still, kind of working his way through the thing.
And yeah, I guess while waiting, I would call out to the others. Is like there are more of them. There's one trying to come through by the power core.
That isn't good. That certainly isn't. I'll start heading my way down.
All right. Neith, you're going towards like the closest interface you can have with the ship to just kind of like get more detailed stuff other than like what's
Yeah.
being relayed to your comms.
Yeah.
Probably the closest one would probably just be in the engineering cabin. We can say that you could crawl through the ducts to get there and just jump out. You can be there this turn and look at it.
Okay. I would like to interface with it and see what if it can sense if there's anything on like the side of the ship.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a few more making their way through in the mess hall. There's one making its way through into the near the power core, and there's a few more on the lower deck making their way through. It seems they hit kind of underneath and are now kind of burrowing up. Oh, you're muted.
Are there any are there any like causes? Like, can the ship find an origin point?
This is kind of the ship finding these individual origin points.
Oh.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be like a centralized thing that any of these are coming from. As far as you can tell, whatever these things are, because you heard the day before like multiple impacts on the ship's hull. Seems like they kind of just hit, grabbed on, and started burrowing, and took them a little while to start making their way to get through the outer hull.
Okay.
Because it is a much stronger material than anything on the inside.
Yeah. I think that I will relay to everyone where the breaches are and where they're coming through. And we heard impacts yesterday, assuming this is those impacts. Do we have, is there any log of how many impacts there were?
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah.
No.
There were a total of 16.
I wasn't far off. That's actually upsetting. Oh boy.
I will also relay that there are probably 16 of these things that are going to come through.
You've currently eliminated 4 of them because 2 of them merged in 1.
So that's scary. We don't have any like, I don't know, bigger guns, grenades, any traps we can set on the ship without dealing too much damage to our own ship.
Grenades hurt your ship.
Yep. We're still relatively poor. We cannot afford the best equipment yet.
If we pull the fire alarm on the ship, will it scare them off?
You guys get some money. There's a ship upgrade you can get called the Armory, and then it just lets you have, within reason, any weapons that you want.
Just grenades. We just fill it with grenades.
I mean, within reason. So yes, you could have grenades.
Yeah.
Is there like, we can't do evasive maneuvers because we can't like do a barrel roll while we're in the thing to shake them off, can we?
No, basically with meta-dimensional space is so volatile, you kind of got to stick to your path like pretty well. I mean, you could try, but it's dangerous.
I'm not risking our lives over it. Yeah, I'll only try and do that if we end up like really in danger.
All right. So yeah, they're kind of burrowing in at different rates and stuff. LB, you kind of know where they all are. Give me a program roll, and we'll see if you can figure out the order that they're gonna breach.
Okay.
So you guys can know where they're gonna be.
The man in the chair. Oh, that's a 5.
All right.
I rolled real bad.
It's hard to tell the information. I mean, they're all gonna breach within like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll relay that and start heading to the closest one towards me.
All right. So closest one is probably either going to be the one that Teddy is camping out, or there's multiple that are going to come through in the mess hall pretty soon, and that's very close to you.
All right, I'll just stay there then.
Okay.
I'll move back to the mess hall.
Okay. All right. Scarra, what are you doing in the however few minutes you have before the next breach occurs?
I don't suppose I could make my way to in the next few minutes. I mean, like, how long is a turn? I'm kind of stuck in just the hallway. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to either room, the cafeteria, or the power core.
Yeah, you can easily do that in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm going like D&D style here of like 10-second kind of things.
Right. So which room should I go to? Do we think I should go to?
mean, if multiple are coming through in the mess hall, maybe good for you to
Then
go join
yeah,
Neith
so
there.
Neith wouldn't be alone as long as you can protect the power core.
Uh,
I will put myself in the
Teddy's playing goalie
cafeteria
right
then.
now.
Is this like an upper level on the cafeteria, like overlooking the cafeteria?
I'm gonna go ahead and roll initiative for Pleasant. All right.
I rolled really good.
Yeah, that is my understanding.
Yes.
So I will
So
place myself here then, if that makes sense. So I'll have like a gunner point over the
okay.
cafeteria.
All right. Yeah, I assume it is. It's definitely a walkway where you
And
can
so
then
it
walk
looks like
down
there's
into it.
stairs up to it, kind of thing. So
Yeah. Yeah, and then this right here, this one that's kind of like darkened, is stairs down into the lower deck. So it's
yeah,
not a bad place to be too if all of a sudden it turns out the lower deck is where they're going to reach next.
Oh yeah, we have a lower deck. I only see the
Yes,
top
I
deck
have it
right now.
as a
Separate
zoomed in
map.
combat map. So if you
right.
decide to go to the lower deck, I got a separate map for you.
I feel like there will be some crawling around the lower deck right now if they're coming in through ground.
I mean, same hull, same amount of time to get to anything.
Then I'll just place my gun. Can you ready an action in this game?
Yeah.
Then I'll place my gun like on the. I think is there a barrier here? I assume that would
Yeah,
be
there's
so
going to be
people
some kind of like
can't just like fall off. I'll place my
yeah.
gun on the barrier, position it, and then as soon as I see one, I'll just shoot it.
Okay. Same. Teddy's readying an action to punch up at the guy that's coming through near the power core. We're gonna go ahead and get Pleasant out of the bridge, and I think also just down into the mess hall while Alfie takes the bridge. All right, that's where everyone is. All right, so the next one is the mess hall. Is the next place where they breach through. It was about like 2.5 minutes after the start of the fight, so you're not waiting long. It might seem like a while as your adrenaline's going and whatnot, but the kind of the roof of the mess hall kind of starts kind of getting peeled up, and you see a rather large one.
Now that the picture's bigger, I can see how adorable it is.
Yeah. Just a yarn octopus. But yeah, it doesn't look like that. It's just a giant metal rope. Yeah, hard to tell how big this one is, but obviously multiple of these smaller ones have joined together in
Well,
some fashion.
I'm glad I came up to the mess hall. Oh, this is going to be a mess to clean up, and I guess since I've taken a ready action, I'll just take a shot at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I can now see it. Please. No. 27 to hit?
I'm pretty sure that hits. Yeah, I mean, yes, it hits.
That's
It definitely hits.
pitiful 4 damage, but it's something.
Okay. Let's see. I can get rid of the small guy here.
If 27 didn't hit, we'd be in major trouble because you rolled a 19 on your die.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like
yeah, I'm pretty good at shooting. Luckily, somebody has to, considering one of our members uses their fists and the other one uses a knife, I guess.
All right. So how much damage you did? 4 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. I had to get it off of the GM layer. All right. 4 damage. All right. Neith, any readied actions for you on?
I did not have one, but
attacks?
I'll
You could
attack.
have taken one if you wanted to.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. I think I'll do my laser pistol this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend getting too close to that thing.
I cut it with my knife, and it seemed to work. Phew. Much better than this.
Natural one.
All right.
I'm a failure.
I can give you lessons
Yeah.
on shooting later if we survive this.
That's me. That's my turn.
Okay. That goes
I mean,
one.
were those our turns or were they just ready to actions? I guess they would have been
Those are your
things.
ready actions.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Pleasant take a shot, and then I'm gonna roll an initiative for the big guy here, and we will do this combat. Okay, so Pleasant, telekinetic force kind of uh, um, coalesces into what looks to be almost like a pistol in Pleasant's hands, and he is going to shoot his telekinetic void carbine.
But we are back. There's a giant monster alien thing in our ship, and we have read up on some of the combat rules, so things may be a little bit different than what you witnessed in the first half. Not by much, but some. But yeah, we are good to go now.
Okay. So with that, it is going to be we're going to go into combat rounds now because we had some held actions go, which are a thing and you can do. So yeah, we are going to get Pleasant in here. He's going to do another shot from his fake void carbine.
Shots, everybody.
And miss. Luckily, void carbines do not damage ships at all. They're specifically designed to be used on the interior of ships.
So does that mean my not void carbine has been damaging the ship?
Yeah, if you miss. I don't think you've missed yet.
I haven't missed yet.
Yeah.
I'm an ace shot alongside an ace pilot.
Don't worry, you got a lot of hit points and stuff on the ship. It just is going to mean like it looks bad right now. Because technically you can't breach the exterior hull with small arms fire. Like your ship is just immune to someone with a gun shooting at it, so you don't have to worry about that. You just like fucked up the kitchen or something if you miss. Like, you're like, no, the coffee machine. But yeah,
don't worry, guys. The coffee machine's safe. It's in the bridge right now.
So Pleasant. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Pleasant missed. It is Scarra and Neith.
I'm gonna blast him. Or it, I guess. No specific gender for this ball of yarn.
Yeah, I keep saying him. It's a squarely in a non-gendered, maybe they, maybe not.
Well, anyway, I started
20
blasting.
to hit. 20 for a total of 10 damage.
Yeah, you hit. Oh, dang.
And then I will not do anything else. Can I observe how injured it is? If I can tell.
Hard to tell. Yeah, again, as you kind
Would
of
it be like a no check or something? If I faced off against alien creatures or...
No, maybe if this was like a thing that was well known, I'm just going to go and tell you that your no isn't going to work for you. Normally, yes, okay. But these are a new thing to this region of space.
Fair enough. Well, I hate to make this species extinct, but it's attacking our ship, so
I do not think that's a problem we need to worry about. Hiya! I'm gonna kick it.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick it with my blade boot.
Okay.
Which I've determined when it is. Alright, latch onto the ceiling. No, I don't. This
You
isn't
missed
what I'm
bad.
good at.
When no one could
really.
see you, you were doing great, but now that you have
Yeah.
an audience,
You're
The
now
audience.
perceived.
I don't perform well in front of others, okay? I will
Go ahead.
I will say to Pleasant, is there a way that you could find out the composition of this thing without getting consumed by it?
Let me look at Pleasant Sheet. Uh,
Handsome.
yeah.
Little man.
Yeah,
How you doing,
yes.
little man?
Perhaps with the correct equipment.
And they're not disintegrating like into nothing when we destroy them, right? Okay, good. All
Yeah.
right. Then just stay safe, my sweet, sweet child.
Can do. All right. That was Neith. Teddy, you're holding your action.
yep.
We're gonna go ahead and have the one that's tunneling down. Bust on out of here.
Yep. As soon as it shows its face, just met by a powerful fist, as my
Yeah,
earlier roll of 19 to hit and 8 damage greets it.
yeah.
Do you just uppercut it back into the ceiling?
That's
Yeah.
the intention.
8 damage. It does not like. It's not a fan of this 8 damage. Oh my god. Computer that I have no control over. Please stop beeping at me. All right. Okay. So that's that. That was technically your held action, which occurred on its turn as it burrowed out. So these things are going to get to go. Big guy is going to do some attacks. Neith, you said you melee attacked it?
I sure did.
Okay.
What did I say about not getting close?
I think it's going to do 2 attacks on you. One for 1 damage. Actually, that's nope. It's shock. Value isn't high enough to beat your AC normally. And next attack. 1 for 6 damage. There we go. Now you meet it.
Ow.
Okay. All right. Little guy is going to attack Teddy. That's a miss. Big miss.
Yeah.
What's your
10
AC,
will
Teddy?
miss. It is 13.
Okay, you do
Yes.
take 1 shock damage. As I haven't entered in the correct shock damage AC for it.
Because it says 10, but
It says 10. It's supposed to be 15.
yeah, because I'm imagining that I did not have time to go get my woven body armor on, so instead I just
Probably
have my
not.
secure clothing right now.
Yeah.
This is why you always wear your armor like I do. Never take it off. Take a bath
I
with
mean,
it.
he's wearing armor. It's just not as good armor.
Yep.
All right, that's them. Pleasant. It's gonna get another shot with the void carbine. And a big miss. Big old miss from Pleasant. Neith and Scarra.
I will take another blast at it. Blast him. Okay, here we go. No
Are
burst.
you
I'm
in edit mode on your character sheet?
nope. I'm
Oh,
just keep
oh,
clicking
I
on the
know what you're
weapons thing
doing.
at the top right. I don't know where. Oh, never mind. I see where I meant to click now. I'm so stupid.
Let's
It's been a while
move.
since I've used this sheet. That's a big old 10 to hit. That misses. I
All
rolled a
right,
2.
yeah. Yeah, so you 9 damage the wall over here.
Well, at least I
Uh,
shot towards not the pantry or the kitchen, right?
mhm. We'll say you go over here somewhere because yeah, this is like
Yeah.
a window. I mean, it's
That would.
still good. It's still just as hard to break as the exterior, but
Mm. And that's my turn because can't do anything else. There's no
mm,
bonus actions or anything to take a small
eh,
shot. Actually, come with
uh,
me, strange.
I
Can
stab
I?
it.
Is there
all
a
right.
possibility to make this thing my a part of my henchkeeper to make them a henchman?
You'd have to be able to
There it
communicate with it.
is.
Okay, you're back to being good at stabbing.
Woo!
When one of us can't hit, the other one can.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I did 7 damage on it.
Okay, you get a good stab in. A lot. You cut like a big chunk of it away that just kind of like falls to the ground and kind of like turns into a pile of yarn.
This
But it
here,
is still up.
this here little rodeo is about to be over. Shit. Starts messing with my thing.
Are you mocking me?
No, I wouldn't be mocking you. This thing is just very fidgety sometimes. I just have to check in. Sometimes it's not. I don't know what's happening.
All right, Teddy.
I'm gonna do another punch. Only 11 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay, but let me do my shock damage. 1.
Good enough. It had 1 hit point. I forgot about your shock damage. Um, yeah. So, you kind of punch at it. You don't connect very well, and it kind of like moves to dodge you. And in so doing, it kind of like cuts itself on some jagged edge of the hole of the roof, and it just kind of like lands on the ground and kind of splays open and does its normal death semi turn into a pile of yarn.
Based on the earlier readings, are there others that are moving about, or do they all seem to have coalesced into the giant one in the mess hall now?
So the mess hall one's all coalesced into the giant one, but there is at around the same time this stuff started happening. There was another breach alarm in the brig, which is in the lower deck.
Okay. I guess Teddy would like to do a quick listen to ensure nothing seems to be heading towards the power core.
Give me a notice. Same +2.
11.
11. Okay. Yeah, nothing headed towards the power core. The brig one is really close to where you are. It's like over here underneath you.
Okay. So then I think would kind of over the comms to Scar, knowing that he is relatively close by, just be like, none of them should be going to the power core right now. I'm heading below decks to the brig. And would use my movement to just, I guess, go out here and then drop down this ladder. I, I think that's a ladder. Go to the
Mhm.
lower decks. Just doing that
Yeah.
video game thing of like hanging onto the sides and sliding down.
Yeah. Yeah, easy enough. Since we're kind of between the two maps, I'm not going to put you on the other one now. You're next to a guy.
Yep.
If it gets back to your turn again. Okay, so it's Baddies turns. Big guy is up. And yeah, still Neith in melee with it, yeah.
Yes.
So a couple of melee. Ooh, that is 10 damage.
Uh-huh.
How are you looking?
I'm at 10 damage. I after this hit.
You're at 10 hit points left.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
Maybe I should hop down and take some damage.
I'm supposed to be the tank. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
I'm
mean, you're
still at-
tanking very well.
Yeah,
But I haven't been hit yet.
that's fair.
Maybe you should order Pleasant to stay in front of you. No, I know
Maybe.
you wouldn't do that.
No, I would never do that to my son.
All right. Again, yeah, with each of these hits, this one it's one of those like the other ones, the smaller ones. It was kind of easy to fend off, but we're doing it as 2 attacks, but it's really just like this mass of like metallic thread moving towards you, and like you can't even see where it's contacting your skin and sort of leaving these cuts. Yeah.
No good.
That is that. Pleasant. You got in a good hit early on, friend.
Come on, buddy. Come on, boy.
Good. Miss. Again.
Gonna have to
God.
recalibrate his visual sensors later.
He is rolling so bad. He's got a decent plus to hit. He's got a +7 total.
So I guess he has
Shame.
a 75% chance to hit. He needs to roll, or no, because it's 14 or better.
I mean, does his AC go up when it becomes bigger? Is the question.
Its AC is better than the small guys.
Yes, so it's pretty like 16 or 17. I reckon.
Do you?
I do indeed reckon. I mean,
Reckon?
17. I mean, a 17 hit them earlier, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That is fair. I was just making fun of the way you said that.
I reckon I do. Roll Tide, roll Tide.
Mm.
No! How do you know that?
Because my friends have started like me and my friends are playing 7 Days to Die, and all of our characters have suddenly become American, and they're just saying "Roll Tide" after every sentence, and I'm like, okay, sure.
All right.
Yeah, it's not like a widely used saying.
No.
Well, I know it now, and I'm going to start incorporating it into my character.
Post
So
the link in Discord that is also about, other countries and how they view Americans, but that's not for stream.
Is it that Italian song?
No, but that is a very good one. If you don't know, someone made a song, an Italian musician made a song that's supposed to sound like English, but is pure nonsense words. And it's supposed to emulate what English sounds like to a non-English speaker.
Ooh.
It's like from like the 60s or the 70s. It's really old. It's really good.
Yep.
But yeah.
We can look for the link for that, and we'll post it in Discord. If you come join our Discord, you'll be able to see it.
Where did you post it?
So the thing I posted is for our channel, but we'll find the nonsense English song and post it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Okay.
We'll post it after the stream because we gotta find it.
I think the name is also kind of gibberish. Like you have to do some googling to find it. Anyways, Scarra, Neith, it's your turn. Pleasant just missed.
I'm gonna regret doing this. I'm gonna take a dive, activate my jet boots, and get in front of Neith, but still technically 5 feet away from, or 2 meters.
Neith is in melee. We just haven't updated the map.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm now there, so hopefully it takes a shot at attack at me because I don't know. I want to use my ranged weapon, so I'm technically not right next to it, but I'm close enough to hopefully target me.
You could take a shot and then move into melee if you want to be able to attack. And
I've used all my movement to get to where I'm standing, where I am.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Technically, I'm hovering as well, so I'm kind of at eye level. It doesn't have eyes.
Nope, no eyes. Distinctly no eyes.
To me. Okay.
And in its large form, like it looks like just like a really giant cable. Like it just gets bigger. It doesn't like change shape. It's just always a cable.
I'm going to take a blast at it with my laser rifle.
All right. That's a miss.
God damn it! I rolled a 1. I rolled a 2 and then a 1. This is not good. Then I'll just be there like this thing.
Interposing
Surprisingly,
yourself?
very wryly.
Not for
Yeah.
much longer. 12 doesn't hit.
That does not hit. Does your knife have shock damage? What kind of knife?
It's a mono blade.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
they have
that won't say.
Monoblades do because mine does it. It says 2 shock versus AC that is 15 and under.
Okay.
It sounds like
Well,
this
that
thing-
wouldn't do shock
yeah.
anyways because its AC is a 16.
Okay.
Hey, I was right. Once again,
Yeah.
Detective Mecha is on the case.
Probably what is it? Are you doing a D6 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're using a small advanced weapon. So yeah. All right. Yeah, they tell you things like monoblade, but that's just flavor. The stats are just like small, medium, large. A little bit like Cyberpunk Red, if anyone's looked at that.
One of my friends is currently in a game of Cyberpunk Red, so they've talked to me about it a bit.
Not quite the same thing, but anyways, okay. Teddy, let's see. You've done movement. I'm gonna look at this other map just to see how close you are stairwise. Okay, that's right there. Yeah, you can get to him.
Okay. I would run up to it and I would do a punch.
Okay. Do a punch.
13 on the
miss.
little guys. Yeah. But I get my shock. 3 points of shock
Okay.
damage.
We're
Okay.
incapable to hit these guys, apparently.
Yeah.
Those few rounds were the best few rounds. I remember the good times.
Yeah.
It would take so much effort, but it feels like it would make more sense for me to be facing down the big guy with my shock damage.
But now that you're in melee distance, if you back off, it will take an attack against you.
Yep.
Okay. 3 damage. I mean, that's not nothing on these
Yep.
little guys. All right. Little guy and big guy. We can go big guy first. Ooh. Scarra is in range and has done pretty nasty with that laser rifle. I think it's gonna split its attacks. Yeah, it doesn't know anything about you guys either. So it also doesn't know how close any of you are to death. So
It doesn't have eyes. I can't see how messed up people are.
it doesn't know how much blood you need. Oh, I didn't specify who this was going to. Dang. All right. I mean, it hits somebody.
It doesn't matter.
It will hit one of
It's gonna
us.
hit whomever it attacks.
I hope
Yeah.
it hits me because you would go down otherwise, right?
I didn't say. I'm going to roll a D2.
Oh boy.
Who's 1 and who's 2?
Yeah, you say that first.
A 1 is Neith. A 2 is Scarra.
Well, 2 is my lucky number, so please roll a 2.
A
Yep, there we go.
2! Take 9 damage.
Woohoo!
And then so this other one is against Neith. Easy enough. There you go. Oh, 15
Ooh, that
misses
doesn't
you.
hit.
Yes.
Yay.
So happy.
right.
Not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
We don't have to worry about death mechanics yet. Yay.
Yay.
We're also going a little loose with the death mechanics on this, because as was the argument at the start, is we paid for character art. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Someone goes down to
So-
Erstwhile's gonna burst out of the med bay and just be like, no, and heal you.
we will do things. Okay. So I need the small guys attacked again. This a bit. That's a big miss on Teddy.
Yep.
Did we say your AC was a 14 right now?
13.
13. So yeah, you do take the 1 shock damage still.
Right.
Yeah, because we don't have to worry about it with Neith because her AC is a 17. Okay. Okay. That's the biggins. Pleasant. Can you do any damage? A miss. Scarra Neith.
I guess I shoot it again. Come on.
Oh boy.
Do good. Make crimes do good. I have a +8 to this against saves. I should be able to roll
can I-
over it.
Sorry, go ahead.
There we go. 24 to
Hey
hit.
yo.
10 damage.
Okay. Really good.
How dare
laser
you
just
attack me?
kind of like slices it at an angle. And yeah, you kind of see the burned edges as it just kind of falls in half and kind of loosely kind of goes into like 2 piles of yarn with like a solid core of this cable in the middle of these piles. Or 2 solid cores of cable, I guess, but unmoving.
Ow.
I'm very hurt. Can we please get me some healing? Oh, I don't like that at all.
Why don't you go down to the med bay and see if Erstwhile is awake?
There are so many more that are coming through.
Well, the important thing is that you don't die and look well. I don't know too much about your physiology as a fish person, but you look kind of close to dead.
That's very offensive. I'm not fish at all.
Whatever. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna.
Fiddles with the thing.
The
Walks off.
incorrect response. The most incorrect response to that's offensive.
Blood loss.
Yeah. Who
We're siblings. It's
cares?
fine.
Yeah, exactly. This person tried to make me believe that I from sleep deprivation. I'm gonna go down decks, I guess, down here.
Okay.
So I'm now underneath.
All right.
I'm underneath.
Teddy, go ahead and give me
Yeah.
a.
Still engaged in Mortal Kombat with this one.
Oh yeah, let me get a big red X on this dude.
That's
There we
still
go.
just a 13. So let me roll
Alright.
shock damage. 5.
5.
It's
Okay.
more than if the punch had hit.
It from your previous fights with these things, you're pretty confident it's on its last legs.
All right. But that is it because I'm not gonna move away from this one.
All right.
I think just into the like the
Did Neith have a
comms.
turn?
How are you doing up there?
Hmm?
Yeah,
Did Neith have a turn?
Attempted to stab.
Oh right, okay, never mind then.
I don't.
Not this round.
No,
not
this
this round,
round.
no.
But
My assumption was
I
you're
need to go
going to get help.
healing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Just making sure.
Neither of you can get to this, anyways. So I'm just going to get us out of the combat. Oh my goodness! Another nat 20. 3 damage to you, Teddy.
Oh no. I'm still fine.
Okay. You guys have got a lot of hit dice.
Yeah, I mean Teddy's armor class isn't great, but he's got decent HP.
All right. For this fight, we're just going to go straight back to Teddy.
Yep.
So go ahead and hit me with another.
Nope, that's
I
another
mean,
miss.
actually, it doesn't matter because no matter what, you do at least 1 shock damage, and
Yep.
it is dead.
Excellent.
So, no. Let me get a red X on the map down here. Okay. So, You guys got a few minutes before you think any more breaches are going to occur, or before they get out of the guts and into a place where you can easily attack them.
Teddy is going to rush and get into his battle armor.
Okay.
So now my AC will be 15.
And we will look up some good old erstwhile healing.
How hurt are you, Alex?
I still have 25 HP out of 36.
Wow, your HP is what my max would be, but I am not at my max. Though I've only been hit once, so it's fine.
Being a partial warrior, I get a lot of extra HP at level ups.
Okay. We're going to assume erstwhile. Well, I'll just roll it at a level 2. So 2d6 plus 2. Nope. You heal 12. Neith.
Thank you.
And
Ah!
take an effort.
Up. Did the cat steal something, or what's going on?
We'll
Pause
find
for
out.
concern.
Hey, he spilled on me.
Oh.
Whoops. Okay, so
And another 12. We'll say that's probably good for.
there's both to Neith, or
Yes. That's my assumption. Neith took a lot of hits.
yeah.
Erstwhile has got more effort than that, so you should, if anyone needs any emergency healing, you should still be good.
I'm at 16 health right now, so I think I'm fine. I can survive maybe 1 or 2 hits.
We'll have Neith do another program check.
So wait, how much health has Neith recovered?
A total of 24.
24.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at full.
Okay, cool.
To be fair, I needed most of that.
If you could, Neith, while this healing is happening and whatnot, if you roll me another program check, we'll see if you can further narrow down when
That's
these.
a
Yeah.
9.
Okay, that's good enough. This was not a hard to see.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably shouldn't have made you roll for it. Oh well. What's
That's
done is
okay.
done.
It's done.
Yeah, I always forget the basic rule of your background stuff. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just say that they're messing with the ship's computers and stuff. They're tearing up the guts. It made it much harder to figure out where they are and when they're coming through. But I think with this, you can know like exactly where they're going to come through and exactly when they're going to come through. And
Hell
at
yeah.
that, they're not really a threat to you all. You can kind of just sit back and aim at them with guns and stuff. There's only like a couple of you got to fight a few more small guys. So
Okay.
I think we can fast forward through that a little bit. It's not very, very enticing to see you guys just massacre these small guys as they drop out of the roof. So, but what I will do is I'll put us on the lower deck, and you guys can see where they came out. So one of them ended up merging into kind of like a slightly larger guy, and Yeah, and then a couple of small guys, and you had this guy down at the brig.
So where I place myself, these are the cafeteria stairs, right?
Yes,
Just making
and
sure.
yeah,
Okay.
this ladder down here is where oh, I'm on the GM layer
That's
again.
where
Yeah,
Teddy would be.
that's where Teddy came down. Yeah, so we'll get a red X on these guys. Okay, so I'm keeping them where they are because they do mark hull breach stuff.
Yep.
Okay. The one in the mess hall is a little bit more complicated, as it is technically like 5 or 6 hull breaches. But again, that's not a huge deal. You guys got 3 days to repair these. You have the material you need to do it. This isn't a complex repair to get you to like functional for space. I'm not going to make LD roll to do that. So I guess the question is, what do you guys do with the remains?
There are still. Wait, are there any ones alive down here?
No,
No,
they're
we're
all
kind of
dead
fast
now.
forwarding through it.
Okay.
You killed them all. Neith was able to give you exact times of when they're going to show up, and you just held back undercover and shot them with guns.
Right. Well, I guess. Do we need any rope?
We should definitely try and preserve at least one set of remains so that we can show them to the authorities when we arrive and let them know what's out here. And do we have like interior cameras to like show off what was happening with them?
Yeah.
So compiling that information and also, having the remains and like one of the smaller ones, probably the like medium-sized one. I don't know if we could. Well, actually, we have a whole lot of cargo space that is mostly just taken
Can we
up by the
just-
rich guys' stuff right now.
We can't just like vent these bodies, can we?
I
While we're
mean,
in.
There's a trash compactor.
Yeah, we
we-
could just
we
put them in a trash
could,
compactor.
I guess the question is, do we save all of them or just some of them?
I
to
think we
show
should only
off?
save some of them because some of these are just like a waste of space.
Right, but I also
Oh,
don't.
we could hang them up as trophies.
Maybe, and it's like, I don't know exactly how much of our cargo bay is taken up right now. Maybe we could just put the remains in the rest of the cargo bay
Mm,
and be like, this is exactly what we ran into on this supposedly very safe path, and like report that in.
true.
I think if this is a larger discussion at all, Alfie would pipe in that these things are the corpses are potentially worth a lot of money. Is there a new
Oh.
kind of alien?
Right. Neith figured out that these things are made out of the ship's hull, right? Like they have the same composition of the ship's hull.
So as you kind of look at them further, it seems some of them are some of this stuff. Some of these, strands of cable are on each of them are made out of the ship's hull, but some are made out of other material, like almost looks like rock or wood, different things.
Hmm. I
Gonna-
guess we can put them into a big open space that we are not using.
Realizing that some of them are made out of wood, would want to do a spot check of the rich guy's belongings. Be like, oh shit, did they eat through some of these, or is all his stuff still good?
It's still looking good. You probably just had him in the main cargo bay, and nothing came out through there. Yeah. So, yeah. Actually, you do have, Alfie on board is a biologist, geneticist.
Right? Yeah.
So
Yeah, what do they say about these things?
he's kind of starts looking at him. Yeah, he'd be bad at his job if he couldn't do some really basic stuff. He has some tools and stuff with him, so he kind of busts out some microscopes and stuff like that. what's interesting is he kind of starts to describe that like these things are like they're kind of continuing to kind of just shed these strands of
They're like
kind of
string
this
cheese.
cable stuff off of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean they're very like a cable. They're almost like woven into this
Does it
they're braided into this form.
does it look
Um,
like when they are like fully? Is there anything organic inside of the cables, or is it just cable?
it's just cable all the way through. Like you felt, probably Teddy felt like there was some different structure stuff on the inside a little bit. But like, yeah, looking at it now, it just looks like a cable made out of different material. That is just like falling apart now that it's sort of dead or inactive or whatever.
I'm just like poking one with a stick. Like I'm very confused. Like how are these things even able to like operate? They don't seem to be in like machinery. Were they powered by the space outside the ship? Not space, but meta-dimensional energy. Magic is weird.
So Alfie, looking at them, begins to tell you all that these things are biological. They're cells. He's not familiar with the structure of these cells at all, but he pretty quickly informs you that as he kind of looks at a couple of different samples, he's kind of says, that the cells are just kind of like a uniform cell. There's no, as he looks from one group to another, like they're the same type of cell. He's have to analyze their genetic structure more or whatnot, to see more about them. The cells look extremely complicated. The cell wall material seems to vary from cell to cell, but is functionally like very similar to any other cell. And that that most of the cells he's looking at seem to still be alive.
We should gather these all together and put them into the same. We don't know if these things can reactivate or become alive again. So I think that we should keep them in a contained space where they wouldn't be able to merge together if they did reactivate, whatever, became alive again. But in a space where they wouldn't be able to wreak havoc around the ship. We should keep an eye on them until we hop out of the drill, is what I'm saying. Or bend them into space. We don't know what's just safer.
We should do our best to contain them. I think I remember on the upper decks map, there's like a lab within the med bay.
I'll move you guys to the just ship map that's got both decks. Here we go. I forgot. I moved myself. I didn't move you guys. Okay. There we go.
So there's the operation laboratory room within the med bay. I wonder if that might have.
So these are labeled, but you guys haven't necessarily spent a bunch of money on these things yet. So anything that would require expensive equipment doesn't have it.
Gotcha. Okay. And yeah, maybe just like spacing them out within the cargo bay.
Maybe in order to keep them from reconnecting, we put them all in individual, at least for the smaller ones, like bags, and then we can put them next to each other. Because we don't know if they can go through the bags. I mean, I guess it's all up in the air, really. We don't know what these things are.
We should keep a close eye on them, just in case they attack again.
So I guess if we keep a camera on one of them, or maybe if Alfie, you want to, considering you seem to know about the cells about these things.
I'd like to keep studying some samples, but I don't necessarily need to be in a room with
of course
a big pile of stuff.
The journey for you unpleasant, but it seems to be something interesting to do, right?
Pleasant. might pipe up and go, I could keep an eye on him. I don't need sleep or anything.
Yeah, but I also wanted you in the bridge in case, I needed to sleep.
I mean, other people will just have to take turns.
Or we put them in the bridge and just, Pleasant will let us know as soon as they start doing something.
Yes, we shouldn't. I was concerned about them entering the power core because that, would be catastrophic if they turn off the ship. But if they're in the bridge where we control the ship and they destroy the controls, you just get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure we can. Yeah, Pleasant, you can keep an eye on them, and we can rotate shifts
Absolutely.
and stuff.
Are we moving them all into a cargo bay?
Sure.
Yes, I think that will be easiest, especially for once we arrive at Minerva. I forget, is there like an overarching system of authority, or is it because there's not the mandate anymore?
Yeah, each planet's its own thing, its own laws. Yeah.
And so it's just kind of in the interest of keeping the universe connected that people do share like the safe paths through at a dimensional space.
Yes, yeah. So it's it's one of those things. It's a benefit of the system to have that information available to people, so people will come.
Mm-hmm.
If you like tax it or put some kind of money wall there, people might just skip over going there. So it's generally considered like the tax for going there. So when you show up in Minerva, you will just transmit your data on metadimensional space.
Yeah.
So
They're
they
gonna
can
have some questions when we're like, "Hey, something went wrong."
They're gonna have a lot of questions. This is very unusual.
Yep.
Aliens in metadimensional space is basically unheard of, at least as far as you all know.
Yep.
Well, if we fought these things whilst in a vacuum, we'd probably be dead because there would be a hole in the ship. But also, I would have an idea of how to get rid of them really quickly, as long as everything was nailed down.
Well, that is very reckless, but I understand what you mean.
Just open the doors on the ship and just keep the ones that we're in just closed.
Yes, I
The power,
understand.
the power of space is very, very. Those who control the doors control space.
Unless they
Yes.
burrow through one of the doors, in which case we're in a lot of trouble.
I closed the door on one earlier, and it didn't know what to do. It just left. So
Pleasant will kind of go. They seem to hold on pretty well in metadimensional space under the hull, so they might have a strong grip.
I don't know how the power of metadimensional space will drive you insane and then kill you. The vacuum of space is a vacuum. I'm sure they'd have a bit more struggles. It also would probably freeze them over if they're biological, as the doctor says.
Alfie will kind of speak up and go, interesting thing about that, space doesn't actually take heat away from you very quickly. And he starts going into a big thing about it, but actually you keep your body heat for a really long time in space because there's not any air, there's not cold air to hit you and take away your heat. So
I think as he starts talking, Neith just kind of walks away.
Yeah, I'd probably also do. It's like if he turns around and be like starts pointing things to things, I'm like, I'm going back to the bridge.
Teddy is practiced enough at keeping engaged in conversations. He has no idea what's about, and so will politely listen until it's eventually like, oh, here, there are other duties to attend to.
I think Scarra knows a little bit about this, considering he's a pilot. But as soon as he realizes, he's talking about things I don't know, I'm gonna leave now. And he's gonna go get himself some lunch after a long day of laundry.
All right. Yeah. There's a lot of time, spent people helping Neith fix the holes in the ship over the next few days. Alfie continues to study his samples. which he is having to basically work on containing them. He will let you know that these samples that are alive, he's got them in like a petri dish, and they start consuming the petri dish, and then there's like more of these cells that are like made out of plastic.
So it's not quite Ice 9, or at least it's a very slow Ice 9.
And yeah, it remakes itself.
Well, it's a good thing we're getting there sooner than they can eat the whole ship.
It doesn't seem to be happening in the cargo bay. Like, you assume most of these cells are still alive. Anytime you bring samples to Alfie, they're alive samples, which makes sense if the cells are capable of surviving independent from one another. Like, killing,
Maybe
cutting it in half is killing a minimal amount of cells.
maybe I have a theory. I mean, this is a wild guess. Maybe at one point all of these strands were just one creature, and maybe there's still more creature out there, which is why they're still alive in here. Because once we cut these ones off, maybe the original source is still alive, so these ones would have no reason to wilt and die. I should become a poet.
I have an idea. This may not work. But I'm gonna try it. And Teddy would ask Alfie to show him one of the alive samples. Gonna try and make telepathic contact with it.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
up
so
to-
base telepathic contact you just do.
Yes, so at the very basic level, I get the observe emotional state in the target. Shall just out with the target's language centers, allows the telepath to understand any form of communication made by the target. Then what I can do is, from here on, they make a mental saving throw, but I can read their current thoughts, and now that I'm telepathy level 3, I can drill down into the target's memory to get a 1 or 2 sentence answer to any single question that I ask, or receive a single answering vision of the target's recollections. Yeah, and that also allows them to make a mental saving throw.
Okay. I think on the small sample that you're looking at, I'm not going to bother with this saving throw. So I think the kind of stuff you get from it is very almost animalistic. What I will say is that as you kind of are expanding your telepathic mind, you're aware of these other creatures and whatnot. You kind of make contact with this small portion of these cells. You become aware of a much larger consciousness in the cargo bay. It's like connected, but not to this thing. It's hard for you to feel it out. It's a very foreign creature. You feel almost like you're interacting with kind of like almost like a loose telepathic field. You're new to this, so these are kind of instinctual things that you're getting from it. However, Teddy would rationalize and conceptualize that this is what he's getting. Up to you, but this is kind of what he's getting out of it. From the sample you have in front of you, it's animalistic, and it's just consume, replicate, consume. It has vague memories of being something bigger than this, being something smarter than this, and it desperately wants to recreate that.
Okay.
And get to the larger consciousness that you feel in the cargo bay.
Okay. After getting all that and kind of taking a second to, or probably more than a second to parse that, would tell Alfie just like, do not let this back with the main portion in the cargo bay. What's in there is sort of kind of alive and still connected. And I think if we let any of the samples that we know are still alive back, they might be able to reactivate all of it. Certainly there's enough of a risk of that happening that we should not allow that to happen. And would share these findings with the rest of the crew to see if they're interested at all or how they take this news.
Right. So disregard the thing on the outside of the ship. I feel like this might be like a hive mind. I still think it's from one singular entity. So they clearly have. I mean, I don't know too much about psychicness in general. That's more yours and Erst's field. But it seems there's definitely a link. I feel what we should do, if there is any larger ones still connected, we should chop them up into small pieces, maybe, just to have less risk of something bad happening.
At this point, how far are we away from Minerva?
You're still in metadimensional space for right now, so you're probably like, we'll say you're coming out of metadimensional space tomorrow, so you're 7 days out from Minerva.
No, the whole breaches have been filled for
Yeah.
sharesies. Okay.
Yeah, not gonna make you roll.
Foliosis.
I just had another thought about these creatures. Is it safe to go back into actual space with these things if they're acclimated to the metadimensional energy outside? What happens when they come into a space where that field isn't there, like naturally?
Guess we'll find out.
People can roll me a no roll. This is something
Sure.
that people might know.
I will go for that. This is me just
-1.
my plus. I think I have a
Still
plus
got
one.
an 8.
Where's my no? Where is it? What, am I blind? There it is.
Your nose is right in front of your face.
It's huge. How could I miss it? I can literally see it in my vision right now. Intelligence, I assume. It wouldn't matter either way. 8 as well.
Okay. All right. I think it's good enough. As you kind of like you pose the question and you kind of talk about it. You're not 100% because this is a valid line of questioning. But it kind of basically already has done that. The interior of the ship isn't flooded with metadimensional energy, or else you wouldn't be able to survive it. Like you're very infinitesimally more connected to metadimensional space right now, like experiencing more metadimensional energy than you would be in like normal space. Metadimensional energy is present in normal space. It's just so diffused that only psychics can use it and channel it. And yeah, so like psychics come from the slightly heightened metadimensional exposure that comes from like traveling through metadimensional space or being close to metadimensional energy. But yeah, for the most part, it basically already has done that.
As a quick side note, it's been how many days has it been since these things attacked us?
It has been a full day since they attacked you.
1 day. I forget. How do I heal in the system?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can been healed from Erstwhile.
Sure.
They have enough effort to heal you all up to full between 2 days. Okay. It's a slow healing otherwise, though, on your own. But yeah.
Well, our ship isn't meted up, well, kind of, like 0.1%. Um, um, maybe it'll be fine as long as we keep a close eye.
I hope so. It does worry me, but it is fascinating. I am scared as well as excited.
Scare-righted.
Yes, if that's the correct word.
I suppose when we drop back into regular space, I guess Scarra, you'll be at the helm, but the rest of us can be on hand and ready to react if they do something.
You'll also Scarra can like take big steps away from the helm when you're out of meta-dimensional space, because this is where like autopilot can do a lot of the work for you. You can see
Taking my
things
job.
from really
Damn
far
autopilot's
away.
taking my job.
Yeah, I
Not
mean you
gonna
got to
help if
plot
there
the
are more
course.
pirates.
Yeah, if
True.
you're getting attacked, you want to be up there. But yeah, you'll know that something's approaching you well before they can fire on you. You know, distances are vast, and you see at the speed of light, so you're pretty good.
You said that, and I went, and I was like, "Oh wait,
That's just how
No.
sight works. Yeah.
We can speed. We can't walk at the speed of light though. That would be
No.
insane.
But that does also raise a question that I had of like, once we drop back into space, how quickly could we get a message to Minerva of like, not quite an SOS, but like, hey, we just dropped out of meta-dimensional space and had some real freaky shit happen.
So you are going to drop out of space near a Minervan fleet. So the way like moving into a new sector or a new hex works is that you always come from like you always appear in basically the same spot depending on if you came from the same place. So anyone moving from New Sol to Minerva shows up in like the same area. And so they just like know to keep some amount of defense there because they know that's an entry point.
Sure.
So all the known entry points, they have a few ships there. So you'll be able to contact someone immediately.
Gotcha.
They'll like have bases there. Like
yeah. Might be very bad if one of these things makes it to a planet. So probably better that we, offload it in space to their scientists.
mm-hmm.
And hopefully claim a bounty.
Yeah. Alfie will advise you to open it up for bidding because this is Minerva and they are a planet that is ruled by universities. So like their entire citizen structure is around like which university are you enrolled in?
Whoever's the smartest is the president. What we
is the emperor.
About.
Yeah. So yeah, you could easily get into like a bidding war between these different universities for them to have like the prestige of studying this thing. Or you could sell it off to multiple universities. You got a bunch of material.
Yeah.
Is there any conversations people want to have about that or anything? We're closing in, so I figure we can do any ending stuff and then do stars and wishes if we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think have the conversation about what to do of like I'm torn about what we do with the remains because this seems like a very real and potentially critical threat to anyone traveling through metadimensional space. But also, they are extremely valuable and would be somewhat foolish to just hand it off in the name of public welfare. Given how Minerva's system works, and they are probably going to be willing to pay for it to some degree anyway.
We do need to earn money in order to better our ship and our equipment and other things, make sure this kind of stuff doesn't happen again. I feel like if we just hand it off, I mean, we've already had... It's very difficult because I feel like if we hand it off, who knows what might happen. to them, if we have it if we give it all of the stuff together to the government, who knows, it might just form back together. If we sell it in parts, so it can't ever get back closer to each other, that might be best, because, well, if we sell it separate, all of the little things that we've killed off separately from each other, then they'll never get close enough to each other again, or in the foreseeable future, which
I
would be
think
ideal.
I think it would be quite difficult to sell them off to individual places, since we have cut them into so many pieces. If they were going to reform, they might have already. If not, then these facilities will be well equipped to deal with them, in my opinion. I agree with your thought process. However, if we can sell it to one person, it'd be worth more than selling it to a lot of little people.
I
So it,
see.
it will also, be simpler on our end if we sell all the remains to the highest bidder, and then they can figure it out from there if they rent out the remains to other universities.
True. I mean, it's we can't exactly have everybody's back in the universe, so I think selling it to the highest bidder is probably the best bet. It's a cruel universe after all. Giving it to the government, no, I don't feel very comfortable about it.
I think we certainly, we give them the navigational data and where we encountered them at a dimensional space. Show everyone the footage of us fighting them so that they can get a sense of it, and that would probably help the bidding prices anyway. And
And they'll
then
be
we
like, "Oh, that's a cool crew. We should hire them for future jobs."
do that as well.
Okay. So that's the plan. We're not venting these things to space. I guess that wouldn't be ideal, because then they might attack other ships.
We have them contained for now, and we'll make sure that whoever buys them off of us will be ready to handle them as well.
All right.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll end the session with you all, coming out of metadimensional space. You see you know, the Minervan fleet that is here. It's a powerful system. They don't neglect their military, so there's there's a presence, and yeah, you begin to do your normal stuff, and you begin to kind of make these calls to figure out how you need to get this done. And I think we'll pick up with you guys kind of doing that next time, selling them off. And yeah, and you guys will want the money, because you do need to further repair your ship. It's space worthy, but a lot of systems were slightly damaged. Your ship isn't at full hit points right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, 3 experience to everybody. I know we're in we're in some longer sections before you level up.
Yeah. I think that puts us at 33 now.
Yeah, 33. Oh, 39.
Okay. Yeah, a couple more sessions.
So don't get extra XP for fighting?
Nope. Nope. I mean, technically, I should probably be giving you guys like 2 experience on sessions where we don't accomplish much, but I'm not messing with that. 3 experience every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me pull up stars and notes stuff.
It's been a bit, so if anyone's rusty and needs a reminder, a star is something that you think another player at the table did that was pretty cool, and a wish is something that you want to see happen, however feasible it might or might not be. I think I can go ahead and start. And I will give my star to Mecca for tonight for in the very first encounter doing the strategizing of putting the door in between, of seeing how the creatures reacted and dealt with that. So the opening of tactics, because I mean Teddy's tactics were get into melee and punch it until one of us dies. So it worked, but it could very easily have gone poorly. Um, and my wish. Um, hmm. I don't necessarily know what we would do with this meeting, but it would be neat if we got to meet the Emperor and the Empress after being like, "Hey, we found these new aliens on this path to your planet. Might want to figure that out."
Okay.
But yeah, that is it for me.
Sorry, still thinking.
No worries.
Hmm. I brain can't
Mine
think.
goes to David for thinking of this interesting, because David's all about spaciness and like knowing a lot about the wonderful worlds of space. And like having this metadimensional thing, but also like a creature, this mystery is I'm very much enjoying it. And I want to know, because I have a feeling, and that maybe this is my wish, that David has also come up with like what it is and why it can function in that space and stuff like that, and I want to know. That's my
Okay.
wish.
I have come up
Okay.
with a star. My star is going to LB for I just like the visual image of a mermaid person like crawling up into the vents, like stabbing somebody with their foot. It's really funny to me, that just kind of visual thought of just like super closed in space fighting. And then my wish is a very simple and materialistic one. I wish that we make a boatload of money from selling all these things.
Okay. Hmm. I think my star is going to go to Alex for thinking to try and make telepathic communication with them. I was really hoping that would happen, and I was just very happy it did. It went well, and I liked it. Um, and wait, um, okay, I'll type afterwards. And wish is yeah. I think to see you guys do more than just make money out of the deal, like meet the emperor or something like that, or make a name for yourself with the footage going viral or something like that. That it's leveraged into a larger opportunity than just the money. Because I mean, it should be a decent amount of money. Obviously, we'll have to see if roles do that, but that is my wish. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that is gonna do it for us tonight then. Once again, a reminder that we will not have a show on this channel on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving here in America and people are going to be busy. But other than Thursday, our schedule should be same as usual. So, Red Jenny, the Dragon Age RPG on Friday, Saturday Night's Ward 47, the Parslings game on Saturday, and back around to uh, 5e, Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet on Monday. And Tuesday, we'll either be back with Squire Squad or our new Monster of the Week game. So yeah, we will let you know day of. But that's kind of how those Tuesdays are gonna go for the next little bit. Yeah, I think that's it for GTA stuff. Any of y'all got stuff you want to plug or promote before we go? All right. Well then, until next time, good games and good night, Internet.